Good morning. This week we're going to explore some hymns and songs in our devotions, and a number of people will share in that. I guess at this time we maybe fall back on some of those things that sustain us, and obviously looking at Scripture, the Psalms, is very important. But I guess songs also, because they're often born out of particular circumstances, particular trials, but also then God's hand, God's purpose, God's leading, and God being there, being the one who's faithful. So I just encourage you to explore your own favourite hymns and songs, maybe do some research on why they were written and what's the meaning of them, and then maybe look at a scriptural reference. So for me today, I've chosen a modern hymn. It's out of the Getty household. It's called The Power of the Cross, and the words are obviously very much focused on Good Friday. We could look at any of the gospel accounts and relay what Christ went through. One of the images of the cross is the darkness from 12 until 3. Because in this song, The Power of the Cross, it talks about it being the darkest day. No question, not only in terms of the darkness over the land, but also in terms of what Christ endured for us to bring us back to God, because he had to die. The hymn and the song speaks about his pain, what he bore for us, the awesome weight of sin. And yet there is that cry, it is finished, to realise that in terms of our sin, it's been dealt with. It had to be done through the sacrifice of Jesus. And yet, this song reminds us of the benefits that maybe people didn't see at that time, standing at that cross. Christ was the one who was the sin for us. He took the blame, God's wrath, but we are forgiven. And I love the refrain at the end, Son of God slain. That's Jesus. What a love. That's God's love for each of us. What a cost it took one person to give up his life to bring us forgiveness, life, freedom, because we stand forgiven at the cross. I want to read some words from Romans chapter 5, verse 6 onwards. You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly. Very rarely would anyone die for a righteous person, though for a good person someone might possibly dare to die. God demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. I trust that you'll have an opportunity to look at Scripture, again, the crucifixion accounts, but also those passages that, like Romans chapter 5, that speak of the message and the power of the cross, and then reflecting in the words that the Gettys bring to remind us of that love, of the cost. So today, be blessed, keep safe, continue to love one another, and continue to experience the presence of the risen Jesus. Amen.
To see the dawn of the darkest day, Christ on the road to Calvary, tried by sinful men, torn and beaten, then nailed to a cross of wood. Oh, to see the pain written on your face, bearing the awesome weight of sin. Every bitter thought I am